All right. Welcome, welcome, one and all. Welcome to Real Estate Sunday School. Welcome, welcome. Let me just uh, make sure we're good here with the phone. How's everybody doing this great holiday weekend? I expect that you had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving, however you celebrate it. If if you celebrate it, you spent time with family, and that's good. That's good. All right. So you're going broke. You have spent money on courses. You've bought leads. You've done all these different things that you see being advertised on social media that is supposed to help you do better in real estate. It's supposed to help you get more leads. It's supposed to help you make more money so that you can scale your business, right? Right. I know. I mean, there have been um, I'm not going to call them grifters or scammers. That's not what it is at all. I mean, if you learn how to market properly, you create your own leads, right? You can buy leads from other companies, but in all honesty, the vast majority of those companies that you're buying those leads from, it's still speed the lead for you. They're being shared with all these other investors, right? And it's a matter of who gets there first. You're not getting an exclusive anything. What's exclusive is when you learn how to create those leads for yourself. But I digress from that point. The point I'm trying to make here is that you bought into the rhetoric that this was going to help you do better. This was going to help you scale your business. This is going to help you make the money they told you were going to make. But the problem comes in when you do get a deal, right? The biggest problem people have outside of finding the deal is funding the deal. Now, some of you just want to find the deal and sell the deal. That I understand. I get it. But the vast majority of you want to fix that property or be a part of the fixing or new construction or whatever the case is. You want to be a part of all the money that's in the back end of this. You can settle for $10,000 now. There's nothing wrong with it. Believe me, I don't fix everything we find. I don't renovate or build every house or every piece of a parcel of land that we find. I don't, right? I wholesale a lot of them, but I cherry pick the ones that make the most sense. For you viewers / listeners that were watching last week when we talked about the blue ocean of real estate, that is the land banks that are all around the country. Listen, I bought some land. I'm buying another one. We're in the process now of getting the survey and the site plans and the topography so that we can go get permits for the first quarter of next year to really the first month or two, sometime by February. We'll be, breaking ground on those things. But where did I get the money? Where did I get the money? That's why we're here today. How do you fund these deals? And the answer is OPM, right? Other people's money. You can be in deal after deal after deal, provided you know how to reach out to other investors or groups and raise the money and share in the equity. Well, how do you do that? You might say, Miles, I don't know anybody that's got money like that. I don't have those kind of relationships with people. I'm just getting started in the business. Hooray for you. Then you're going to be starting off on the right foot. And here's what that looks like for you. Okay? You find a deal. First, you need to learn how to find and structure a deal so that you know if it's even worth your time. Is there enough equity in there for you to maybe make a little bit on the closing of the deal and have financial partners to make sure that you can execute, that you can follow through with the renovation and or construction of said property. And by the way, if you have comments, whether you're watching this live or you're watching it a week from now or whenever, if you've got comments, a year from now for that matter, if you've got questions, put it in the comments or message me right away. There are links in the description to become part of our free Facebook group where we share deals. We communicate with one another. We find lenders. We find partners. We find deals. We sell deals. We do all of that. We find financing if that's what we're looking for. So put your comments in, ask your questions. Don't hesitate. I appreciate going through them all throughout the week. But if you do have questions live at any time, just put them in there and let's have a conversation. Let me get those questions answered for you. Fair enough? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So, one of the best ways that I make money or raise money in real estate is I talk to small local lenders. Okay, small local lenders. One of my biggest one of my biggest investors, if you will, is a small private lender. All right, I talk to them. I've got two of them they're not even actual lenders; they're brokers. So why would I want to leverage a broker? Well, if the broker sees the value in a deal, the broker might say, I want in on that. Plus, I can help you get favorable financing. That broker is going to have relationships you don't have with other investors that are actively looking for deals that may not have found something that fits their wheelhouse, but they know these people that you don't know. Why is that good? It's 6 degrees of separation. You don't know who you don't know. But by talking to these people, and I'm talking about small local lenders, I'm not talking about picking up the phone and calling, these big private equity companies, because they're doing this for themselves. They have no vested interest to partner with you. You're not doing anything that's big enough for them to get involved with you. All right. And again, I'm starting from a place where people, because when I started, I didn't have people either that had a pocket full of money. And the ones that did, they didn't know me to be a real estate guy. So why would they feel comfortable investing in me? Why would they feel comfortable saying, okay, Miles, here's $100,000, here's $10,000, here's $5,000, whatever the number? Why would they feel inclined to do business with me? Well, the answer there is that they wouldn't. Right? They wouldn't be inclined, not normally, unless I was connected to someone who was doing it and doing it all the time. But that's neither here nor there. We're talking about you, right? And if you find these deals, going to friends and family is a very tough thing when you don't know what you're doing, and maybe you're not tied to someone who does know what they're doing and can walk you through the process from A to Z. You might not have that. So you start with those local lenders. And by the way, being a part of our community allows you to ask these questions. So if you're brand new and you don't have someone in your local network, the network that we also help you build, it's a free course. It's a 4-week action plan, shows you how to develop. It's free, right? I want you to succeed. I want people to succeed as real estate investors. It's free, and you can start to build. Being inside of our community, you can say, okay, here's a deal that I have. Is it a good deal? Is it a bad deal? I haven't contracted it yet, but I need to contract it by Tuesday. I've got a deal right now that I have to contract by 5 o'clock tomorrow, but I got to make sure that I have the money to take this deal down, right? Now, if I get it for the price that I want, I'll be able to raise the money through a private network of people, local hard money lenders and local brokers. Those people have access to people that you don't have access to that are also beating down their door looking for deals. Now, there's 2 things that come from there. One is if they like your deal, they can connect you with someone in their network to partner with you on that deal. Or they'll partner with you themselves, or they'll have deals that they're foreclosing on or have already foreclosed on in some cases that they'll just hand over to you if you have the wherewithal to get that property done. And all you have to do is be creative in your thinking as to how you do that. Because again, you can't let the fact that you don't have $50,000 in your pocket stop you from doing any of this. You've got to believe that you can go get the money. You've got to believe that the money is out there. You've got to believe it. It's a lot easier to get the money when you have the deal. Now, there's different schools of thought on that. There are people that are out there that'll tell you, hey, we need to go out there and raise money first, and then let's go find the deals. Well, those people have a little bit of a, or maybe a lot of a head start on you, right? They have a network of individuals that have money that they can go to and get commitments for, X number, whatever number of dollars they raise, right? And then get those commitments, and then they can go to work. I wasn't one of those people. I had to find the deal and then go make it happen. And so that's exactly what I did. And that's exactly what I do today. And that's what I'm telling you to do right now. So many times people are telling you that it's really easy because there's programs out there now that are charging you $1,000, $2,500, even $10,000 to learn how to raise private capital. But let me tell you, if you've got $5,000 or $10,000 to invest in how to raise private capital, what they're really doing is teaching you how to invest in them. Does that make sense? They're teaching you how to take your money and put it in their bank so they can go find deals and pay you 6%, 8%, 10% a year. That's what that is. And for a lot of people that don't want to do the work, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's better than what you're going to make in the stock market. And it's backed up by real estate. So in the event that something goes bad, they're covered. You're going to have insurance if it burns down. If by chance the property got foreclosed on, you can step in and take it over. You're covered. As a lender, as a private lender, you're covered. But you got to get to that point. And I'm telling you the easiest path to get to that point. You can go to your local RIA meetings, whether they're live or online, and start to develop relationships with those other investors. Find out what they do and what they're looking for. Ask them if they consider partnerships, right? You find the deal, they bring the cash. I get money that way as well. We raise money through our private network that way as well. Okay, so, yeah, hey, welcome. What is it, Leah? Welcome, Leah. Leah says, let's see what she says here. Let me see if I can expand this. I'll worry about it later. So Leah says, glad I had sense to come to your YouTube page. Thought you was going to go live on your TikTok. Yeah, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at it, and TikTok has, for some reason, they were not able to connect. So thank you for coming on through. We're having the exact same problem with Facebook right now. I'll address that over the week, but for now, let's get back to the money. I have the greatest success working with brokers and very small private lenders, right? I've got a local lender here that knows about the deals that I do. I'll send clients his way and so on and so forth. But when I get a super, oh, it's Delilah. Got you. Delilah. What's up, Delilah? So I went to him. It was either early September or maybe late August, and said, hey, listen, I've got these super sweet deals. I'm getting them from the land bank. This is what I need to do. I've got another house over here. I picked up a house in Atlanta for $52,000. It's crazy. It's kind of hard to find those numbers nowadays, but every now and then you do. And I did. So I took these deals to him and I said, I want to build all these. I want to renovate this and I want to build these two. And I've got some more that I'm working on. Long story short, the man gave me $1 million line. $1 million line of credit through a local hard money lender, provided the properties have to be at least 60. I have to be able to buy it and fix it at no more than 65%, which is a tough thing to do today. That's a very difficult thing to do today. But those are those sweetheart deals that I'm talking about. Those are the ones you cherry pick and keep for yourself. Now, Provided those deals fit inside that wall, he'll give me up to $1 million for acquisition and renovation. Done deal. Now, sometimes I have to put money down. I have a broker, a hard money broker that has a bunch of clients that he works with. So I went to him and I presented these deals to him. Not this particular set of deals, but other deals. I mean, I've presented these to him as well, but if I need to raise money, he's one of the people that I go to. He has access to, I don't know how many investors, but those investors are always looking for sweetheart deals. I'm the one bringing the sweetheart deals to the table. So he presents them to them, and then I get the money to do the job, whatever it is. They might wind up with 20%, 30%. Sometimes it's 50%. Doesn't really matter to me. If I have to come up with, we have one deal that we're doing, or we had to come up with $37,000 on a closing plus roughly another $30,000 to start the project, $60,000 in total. He asked for 50% of the deal. He put up the whole $60,000, and he's paying the monthly payments on that deal. All I have to do is do the work. I don't have to think about where the money's coming from or how the payment is going to get made. So I have to close 4 deals this month so I can cover mortgages on projects that I'm doing. Those are the kind of pitfalls that we find ourselves in as real estate investors as we grow. As you grow and you have 2, 3, 4 projects going at a time, maybe you're spending money on marketing. You need to be able to take your dollars earned and invest it in the growth of your business, which is why OPM is so important. Now, I can sit here and I can talk to you about credit cards and line of credit and doing all those things. Yeah, those are feasible options as well. But the people that I come across a lot, they may not have the best credit. They can't go and get a line of credit or $100,000 in credit cards to do their thing. They simply don't have it. They don't have the financial attributes, the credit. Maybe they don't have a job. Maybe they don't have taxes to go and get that kind of money. So you have to be creative. And that creativity comes in the way that we think and the way that we express it. Who are we going to be talking to? What are we going to say when we're in these people's face? This is where it's so important. Now, again, I'm not a big pitch man. Not at all. I just tell people what it is. Here's the numbers. Here's what this is. Here's how much we can make. Here's how much I need to raise. Here's all the details of the deal that I have. Here's a CMA, which is a market analysis, which tells you what your comps are. If it's land, I'm giving them plat maps, all that stuff, if it's available, but you can still pull that from the tax assessor's office. It's all free. Maybe some places charge you, like some municipalities might charge you, I don't know, $5 or $10 to get it, but who cares? Pardon me. I'm wearing this sweater and I was just running around, so I haven't cooled off yet. So anyway, you have to look inside your market. Talk to the people inside your market. Get involved with a community like we have, the Real Estate Accelerators Group, which is free, right? Where you can share your ideas, ask questions. When you do have deals, you can share them there. If you're a lender, you can say, hey, I lend money there. I mean, there's a ton of different things that you can do, and it costs nothing. It's just time. And if you're building a business, that's kind of what you want to do. Me educating people on how to do these things helps me develop partners over time, right? If you're in my community and we're talking to each other and you bring a super, super, super sweet deal, I might be your guy. I just might. I might have a super, super sweet deal and put it in there, and you might be the person for me. We just never know. But what we know for sure, definitively, is that you're going to get the answers to any questions that you have and have another outlet to share what opportunity you have or what opportunity you're seeking. It's a free outlet. And that's what we need. That's what we need. Okay? So forget about that old MLM process where you got to go to your friends and family to support you, because they're not going to support you generally if they don't think you know what you're doing. Prove the model. And again, there's 2 ways to prove that model. If you've got family that can, and you don't need to get 50, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 from each person. I get 5,000 here, 10,000 there, 7,000 there. We've got a guy that committed 7,500 for this week. We've got another guy that committed 5,000 for this week, and it adds up. Okay. There's a way you have to structure the deals, to make sure that your people are covered, but that's very, very simple. Okay. But forget about having to go to friends and family. If you're new at this, and if you are new at this and you do have friends and family that have access to capital, you need to say, I am aligned with someone that does this. It could be me. It could be anyone else, whoever it is, right? But they have to have the credibility. And if they have a credibility package, that's great. That's just a brochure, it could be a one pager, or it could be a whole big thing that says, here's what I've done. I've been doing this for 24 years. I've renovated homes in these many states. I've renovated approximately these many homes. I've built these many homes. I've wholesaled these many homes, and here's what we're going to be doing together. I'll be working with so-and-so to help them on this particular project. Here's what we expect to do. We're going to buy it, fix it, and then we're going to retail it. Here's what we expect to retail it for, and here's the timeline. That's how you break it down, whether it's friends and family or some local person that is an investor. Doesn't really matter. What matters is that's who you go and talk to. You will build relationships over time. There's no need for you to spend $10,000 on a course to hear someone tell you what I just told you in 20 minutes. Because that's what they're going to tell you. Okay? Or they're going to tell you, start a fund, go get your Series 7 so you can have this kind of fund, and then you can market for deals or for investors on the open market and blah, 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 this, that, and the other. It's all about a relationship that you're building, every bit of it. So you have to build those relationships either way it goes. I just saved you $10,000. That's what you do, okay? That's what you do. I do it every single day. It's Sunday and I'm working. Now, I know a lot of people don't like to work on Sunday. That's cool. But if my phone rings and I know that my cohort is also working, I'm calling them and saying, hey, I'm trying to work something creative out on a property right now. She's got access to the seller. I want a deal that he has, but we're literally $10,000 apart. It doesn't sound like much, but that matters, right? But I can pay him that $10,000 on the back end of the deal. So I can pay him the price that we agree on in total. He'll get X number of dollars up front at the closing, and he'll have a note, second mortgage, for the remaining $10,000. So once we get it permitted and go through all that, in that second round of financing that we do, he's paid off. And it's neither here nor there for me. It's not going to beat up, the money that we're going to make when we retail it. Not at all. So these are the kinds of things that you want to do. This is where you find yourself today, in a position to really, really go out, raise money, and make it happen for yourself. Period, point blank. And it's not that hard. I know that a lot of people are afraid, nervous to get out there and talk to people. Don't be. You got to communicate with people. When you apply for jobs, you're not nervous to go talk to that boss. You might be nervous about the outcome because you really want and or need that job, right? But you're not nervous to go talk to this person whom you've never met, or you're doing those group interviews online where there's 4 people there asking you a bunch of questions. You're not nervous, not to talk to them. And that's to help their business. I'm talking about helping you, helping your business, getting you to the financial place that you want to be through real estate, because that's why you're watching. You want to know how to do what you do better. And in this conversation here, I'm really just talking to the people that are new or relatively new, that haven't gone out and raised any money, but have bumped their head against the wall of not having access to capital. Not having access to capital really puts people, it makes certain people feel some kind of way. It's like, I can't do this. I can't find the money to do this deal. Or I found a deal and nobody's buying it. Well, the short version of that is it's not a deal. So you need to go back and renegotiate. If you haven't gotten that house sold or at least under contract in the first week, you need to renegotiate. You got to get it cheaper. And if you wind up not having that deal in your portfolio, then so be it. It was a bad deal. You dodged a bullet. Be happy, be thankful. Because if you put up the earnest money, because you're so excited about getting the deal, I gotta have it, it's a deal, I finally found a deal, and then you can't sell it, it's not a deal. That's why you gotta have due diligence. That due diligence is the time that you're gonna use to market that property for free to see if it's a deal. If it's not, you go back and renegotiate. If you can't renegotiate, you walk away and you go find one that is a deal, period. Then when you have that deal, you come to people like me, you go to people in your area that are currently investing and looking for opportunities, and you go to local, and I stress local hard money lenders. They're tied to the community. They also have investors. When you say, listen, I have this deal, I'm looking for a partner. Do you have any investors that are looking for deals right now? Because I've got one and I'm looking for a partner. 80% of the capital I raise comes from that. 80% of the capital that I raise comes from a private money network, private money lenders or brokers for local private money. Now, some people say I'm smart. I'm not. I see the gaps. I see the holes. I've taken a lot of these courses. I take these courses not just to learn, but to meet people, develop relationships that I can work. It's one of the main reasons I actually do it. At this point, I mean, unless there's a law that changes, there's nothing really for me to learn. I mean, there's always something more to learn in different aspects of the real estate industry for sure. But you'll meet people that they don't know much. I mean, right now I'm having conversations with people about community development funding. I'm not even going to get into that. But this is money that your local municipality has. You go to them and you say, hey, listen, it's just like dealing with land banks. What is it that you guys are giving money towards? Oh, well, we need to do this. And how does a community development fund or financing help you? Well, let's say you're building a house. You've got to get permits, site plans. You've got to do, let's say you're building a subdivision. It's a lot easier because there's engineering, there's soil sample testing, there's site plans, big, massive ones. I mean, it can be, depending on the size, $50,000, $60,000 before you even break ground. Community development financing will help you all the way through that. They'll finance all of that for as little as 10% down. As little as 10% down. Now, once all that's done and it's been permitted, there isn't a lender out there that won't give you the money on the project, provided you have the skills to fulfill that particular project, or again, have partnered with someone who does. There is a huge benefit to partnering with people that have the skill set that you're developing. Even if you only wound up with 20 or 30% of the deal and they put up all the money, guess what? Your name is on that title. Your name is on that settlement statement. You now have a project under your belt. So when a lender asks you, and they will, when a lender asks you, what have you done in the past 2 years? Let me see those settlement statements. You'll be able to show those settlement statements. So there's a benefit. You're making money and you're developing business acumen and a credibility package for yourself that you can now share with other people when you're borrowing money or raising money. Period. Now, let's just recap for a moment. You're raising money, other people's money, to do a deal. You're going to your local real estate investor meetup groups, live if you can make it, live and in person, that is. But if it's not, in person and it's online, then do that. Get people's contact information, call them, talk to them, see what they want to do. and how you can fit into that. You don't even have to have the deal now. Find out what their parameters are, their quote unquote buy box, and then find deals that fit that. Then take them to them and either sell them or partner with them, period. Number two, your local, and I stress local, hard money lenders. Those are the rich guys in your community that lend people in the community money to renovate properties or build new homes in the community in which you live. They're great for deals that they're foreclosing on that you can take over. They're great for lining you up with other investors that have the liquidity that you're looking for. I mean, they're just a great source all the way around. And number three, local hard money brokers, because they have cash, not all of them, but they definitely have access to investors that are doing their thing right now, that are actively looking for deals and would love to look at your opportunity. Love it. At that point, all you have to do is negotiate whatever equitable position you're going to have in that and what your role in that project actually looks like. That's what it is. And there's nothing stopping you from doing it. Nothing. Not one thing. Not one thing at all. So get off your butt. Go online right now and start looking for local hard money lenders, start looking for local RIAs, and start putting yourself in front of people that are going to give you what you're looking for. Once you've talked to enough people, the money just starts to flow in. Maybe it's deal by deal, but it just starts to flow in. You know exactly where to go. And if you're developing, a small community, or you're building 2, 3, 4 houses, look into community development funding, because all those soft costs, that's what they're called, the upfront expenses, all those soft costs are going to be covered. They'll give you the loan to take the property down, finance the survey, the site plan, the soil test, the topo. They're going to finance all that all the way through permitting with as little as 10% down. Most of them are like 15%, but 10 to 15% down, that's nothing. It's all relative, but it's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. So many people are so concerned about being stonewalled because of the money. I'm telling you where to go get the money. I'm telling you how to make this happen for yourself. I'm doing it. I'm not telling you something that I'm not doing. I'm not even selling you this information because I want you to get up, get out, and get something. Goody mob. Oh, that's good water. Thank you. Excuse me. But that's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. That's what I do, and that's what you got to do. Period. So this Sunday school is coming to an end right now. Amen. Real Estate Sunday School. Can I get an amen from the church? Amen, Brother Miles. That's what I'm talking about. Now get down to it. If you got more questions, hit me up. Put them in the comment section. Reach out to me. Send me an email. But get in the Facebook group. The link is in the description. I want to see you in. And this is how it starts. I'm your man, Miles. This is live Sunday school every Sunday right here. And Delilah, I will make sure that TikTok and Facebook gets fixed for next week. I appreciate all the time that you guys have given me today. Utilize this information. Go into the description, hit those 2 links. There's nothing there that's going to cost you $1. Everything is free to help you get $1. Peace.